everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is a wine show on the internet. I'm a soon-to-be father, so I've got to be much more serious about the things I do now that we've announced the big news. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And today, as you can see, we brought out the brown bags. We're blind tasting, double blind tasting on the Thunder Show for the very first time. And other 46 blind tasting. That's right. All of these wines are from the other 46. A term, I don't know if I own. Yeah, I think it's pretty much mine. It's because I excluded New York. The other 46 are the 46 other states in America that make wine that are not California, Oregon, Washington State, or New York. So all 6 of these wines are from other states. We've had a lot of people, by the way. I just opened this Skunkor from an original package. It was peeling off. Trust me, I didn't want to. Smell this. I mean, honestly, I've got to give myself a lot of credit. If you smell some Burgundian and Cabernet Franc from Chinon, Loire Valley wines, there are so many wines that smell like Skunkor. Though you'll never see Spectator or Parker say it, it's there, folks. And that's why when you drink wine and when you taste wine, you must always talk and give notes from personal experiences, because your palate is your palate, and not me, not Parker, not Steven Tanzer, not Alan Meadows. Nobody should tell you what you're tasting. So please, always speak from the heart. Don't hold back, because we've all got different palates. Speaking of palates, Mott, I gotta give a big shout out to Jonathan Fields, who sent us this cake during the holidays, and I've been saving it in the fridge. Yeah, get out there, Mott. This comes from Blissville Bakers, which is right here in Maplewood, New Jersey. Sharon. This cake is redonkulous. Thank you, Mott. Enough with the cake. Enough with the cake, Mott. You gave it so much goddamn FaceTime. But, I thought I'd bring it out now with the big announcement. And cake seems, seems like I'm breaking it. Pretty cool cake. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to Jonathan Fields from Career Renegade for sending that over. Really cool. And while I'm on that kick, happy belated birthday to Nicole LaVista, 4 years old. And happy belated birthday to Jeremy Osborne. And we didn't mention the Giants were knocked out of the playoffs, Mott. And, I sent Matt a text, and I do feel bad for you guys, I
got last year to last year.
Totally. I couldn't deal with another Giants Super Bowl. I'm all about the Cardinals facing the Ravens at this point, an all-bird Super Bowl. So, all 6 of these wines are from states that are not from the Big 4 producing states in America. I don't know what varietal they are. I don't know where they come from. I'm going to guess a little bit. This is difficult to go double blind with something that's not so common for my own palate. I mean, a lot of times, like some of those brutal and some of the most remarkable wines, we think back to that Oklahoma Cab Merlot blend from that community college in Oklahoma. Very interesting wines throughout the country, but sometimes not typical to the varietal. So, in a weird way, I'm putting myself in a pretty bad spot, in my opinion, today. I'll probably get a lot of the varietals either wrong. Of course, I'm definitely prefacing it. But at the same token, a lot of times, how many Michigan Chardonnays have I ever had? Actually, I haven't had some. Anyway. Oh, that's wine number 3. All right. Wine number 1. I wasn't even here for a second. Wine number 1. First thing you do when you do a blind tasting is you feel the bottle. Riesling or Gewürztraminer. Keep in mind. Wine number 1. Let's give it a pour. Let's see what's going on here. All right. So let's see what's going on here from across Americana. Light color. I spend a lot of time with color when I double blind taste. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. This is pretty much where the majority of my decision making actually comes in. Classic Riesling nose coming through, little sugar cane. I'm getting a lot of melon on this wine. There's a little smokiness coming through. There's a little awkwardness coming through here. Believe it or not, it smells like, it smells like packaged material. It feels like I just opened up a box. Like the little bubbles,
Peanuts?
Peanuts, yeah, a little bit like the peanuts. It also has a very disgusting, cheap honey flavor on the nose. Like that really cheap, like 99 cents a bucket crap you bought like in the 1980s that my mom made me eat that was probably way too old when I was sick and had a sore throat. I mean, just brutal. One of the worst scents in my memory, and this wine, right off the bizat, my friends, has reminded me of that experience. And I'll be honest with you, this has pretty much put me in the process of anger on this show. So we went from the highs of announcing that Lizzie and I are having a baby yesterday, of course dropping that again just in case you're catching it, to the lows of remembering that crappy honey that my mother made me eat. Yeah, Mom, I'm talking to you. Man, it's really there. Now, it also smells like fresh diapers. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's give it a whirl. I'm leaning towards Riesling. It could be a Vidal. It's got a little hint of sugar, a little residual, a little peach juice. Pretty disjointed. I don't love it. Very hollow mid-palate and does not have the razor acidity. Come on, zoom in a little bit. Flip it. Let me see what I'm looking at. Let me see this. Yeah, zoom in a little bit. I want to be close. Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much. I don't feel the acidity that I'm so much looking for when I'm talking about Riesling. To me, this is one of the great. I love how I'm assuming it's Riesling, by the way. I apologize. But if this is Riesling, or heck, if it's not, the acid level of this wine, which would be so imperative to cutting through the foods that I would be eating with this wine, are pretty much null and void. And when I go NV, I get pretty darn upset. You like that, Mom? Oh, somebody in the background doing some good stuff? Oh, my dad! Pops! Grandpa Sasha making a little Grandpa to be. So, you know, a very
Anything good?
we don't know yet, Dad.
I got my glass ready.
Okay, these are all from non-traditional states, so I'm not sure anything's going to wow you. Dad. So just really awkward, disjointed. Flip that over, Mike, because I can see myself and it's freaking me out. How do you guys watch me? Disjointed fruit really feels like, you know, I almost feel like I'm eating the dollar store version of something. Does that make any sense? You know, like when you have Kool-Aid from the dollar store, or like a candy bar. Is this a whatchamacallit? No, it's a who said a what? I mean, it's that kind of situation. I feel like I'm eating the dollar store, drinking the dollar store version of a Riesling. It's thinned out. And I like that analogy. It really strikes me pretty hard. It's like, not Coca-Cola, it's Mocha-Cola. You know, it's just the off-brand stuff when you have the thin-out flavors, muted, and not to the same level that you expect. The funny part is, not atrocious. I'm going to guess a price point. I have no idea if they marked the price. And let's move on. Wine number 2. Again, you feel that it's a thin bottle. Oh, the Riesling, Riesling, you know, Pinot Blanc, things like that nature. All right, let's see what's going on here. Little rinsey rinse. Double blind. Let's see what happens today. Pressure is on. He is sniffy sniff. Color again, a little bit more golden than the last one. We need to keep that in mind. Now, this is bizarro. Wow. I mean, this is like your best friend in the world, whether it's a guy or a girl, coming in dressed as the other sex. You're just like, whoa, dude, or hey. This is a wild nose cut right off the bat. Very spritzy, very soap-like. I get a very obvious smell of like new bathroom. I get a minty component. I get a Mr. Clean component, like somebody mopped the floor. There's that lemon zest that comes along. I mean, this is really, you know, smell like Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. I'm getting like that kind of component. Pine Sol is probably where I'm going with this. There is some sugar cane, very minty, wild stuff. Let's give it a whirl. A little bit more acid on this wine, a little sugar cube action, but a very awkward bottle of wine, in my opinion. Disjointed. The acid is fine, but at the same token, this is a kind of wine. This is a weird wine. I'm sorry. This is just weird. Very different flavor profiles. Very minty, eucalyptusy for a white wine. Really, I feel like I just took a bunch of mint and put it into my... It's like mint water, which some people like. I don't. I don't like mint water, which is weird because I almost like everything. So it's really like, you know, like the classic like Martha Stewart home living kind of like water. Lighten it up in the summer. Put lemons or limes or... you know, birds, whatever in there. This is kind of like somebody put some mint in water and then added a couple of cubes of sugar. This is very diluted, very off-balanced, unfocused, and borderline unacceptable. As a matter of fact, I'm going to knock off some more points because I realize I'm correct. To me, this is a pretty bad effort. And I think it's also possibly a Riesling or some sort of late... I don't even know. It smells like somebody pooped in my... It's just a mess. A mess of a wine. Let me get back to it. Just, you know, I would tell you what it pairs well, what it drinks with, but I can't even go there. I'm just done. Wow. What the heck is going on with this color? I thought this was going to be a white wine. Mott, you're going to have to really get in here because I want people to see this. Can you give me a white piece of paper? Oh, my God. I mean, this is what happens. I mean, this is what happens when you explore. I mean, listen, there's a lot of opportunity in the future, but Mott, you've got to really show this. I mean, this is just wow. This is borderline orange. Are you getting this?
I'm on the edge. You can see.
Yeah, I mean, it's border. There we go. Mott, get in there. Get on top of me. Mott, get on top of me. No, but get on top of this. Yeah. If you're, you know what? Pick up the camera. I'm telling you, this angle right here. If you even get from like, you see where I'm going? Really orangey brown. Just, oh, that was important paperwork of mine for the store. Just a wild, don't worry, I'm kidding, garbage. Wild color. This is orange-brown in color, very thin. You know, so right away I'm thinking Gamay, Pinot Noir. These are the things you go through when you start thinking about when you do these blind tastings. This is copper in color. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. This smells like a garbage truck on fire. Legitimately, smell this, Mott. This smells like a car on fire. Do you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
I'm serious. We get that Jersey action here all the time. There's a tomato. Oh my! There's like a tomato rustic. It's almost like tomato sauce made with pennies kind of thing going on. This is just I mean, to use bizarre twice in the same episode is in itself exciting. Was this what did I pour? This, right? Oh, did I pour this? Oh, I poured 3. So, listen, I'm already getting kooky with these wines. Let's give it a whirl. I've never scored a wine 50 points on Wine Library TV, or 147 on Voga. This is a 50. I mean, this is, to me, if this is trying to be Pinot Noir... Ma, can I just look at it now? Is that okay?
It's fine with me.
I'll just wait. Oh, wait. I mean... Ma, can you give me a new glass? I'm not even kidding. I'm sorry, guys. Let's talk about some other stuff about wine. Tasted some really amazing Portuguese wines this morning. Maybe that's what's going on. It tasted a lot today for the store. My palate actually feels razor sharp today. I would really even say I'm in the best shape of my career on the palate. Tasted some great Portuguese wines today. Portugal continues. Today I had one that was in a premium level. It's like it'll be a $40 wine that we're going to carry. I thought it was a 95, 96, 97 point wine. It was spectacular. So Portugal continues to shine. Let's move on. I mean, this is great, really. It's fun. It's fun to mix it up. I'm just completely baffled by the efforts. All right, a little bit more normality from the last 2 wines. This wine has traditional red coloring. You know, nice color. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. This is just the weirdest show ever. Okay, now this wine smells. I've got to go with my, like I've always do for it. This smells like a Chinese restaurant to me. I don't know why. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. It's got some sort of distinction that allows me to think that. I have no basis for that whatsoever. It's also got almost an apple core flavor, believe it or not. So different than what you would pick up in a white wine, but like a red apple core. It also smells like a kasha polenta kind of weedy thing going on. This is just exactly what is so passionately exciting to me about the wine industry. Different terroirs. Now, so far it's not working out at all. I don't even think I have a combined 100 points over here. But as they understand their terroir and as better winemakers come in and as more people start investing in their local market and eat and drink local becomes a play, and you get a couple of millionaires that are passionate about Kansas and they live and bleed Minnesota, you're going to start seeing more interesting innovation in some of these places. And I am convinced that some of these places can make world-class wine. So far we are really, really struggling. This wine is extremely awkward as well on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. Funny enough, I get a milk duddy kind of component on this wine. It tastes a little bit like a candy bar, but it is extremely thin and disjointed. Maybe a Merlot is kind of where it's so hard because I'm trying to project, if this is a Merlot from Louisiana, how would that taste? I mean, none of these things have, I'm thinking this is a Pinot Noir. This has Merlot type characteristics. But even that's not a stretch. This could be Malbec. This is wild. It could be a Malbec or Merlot. Good raisiny fruit, but that's just weird. Disjointed, awkward, bitter, hollow. I promise you, I'm already seeing the tone of this, and this is an awkward show. We'll follow up tomorrow with another blind tasting. Maybe even we'll even do double blind with some different varietals, maybe something a little bit more standard, because this is really a loopy kind of show. I can't even begin to guess where this stuff is from. And let's move on, Mon. I'll try to recap more stuff and retaste as we unveil these guys, because I'm sorry, I'm just kind of caught off guard right now. And let's give a rinse. Now, what's interesting to me is we've had some fairly solid success, Mon, with Arizona and, Oklahoma and Baja California. Oh, that episode broke. There is a secret Wine Library TV episode. Remember where you on vacation, Michelle taped me, and she didn't put the mic on, and the whole episode has no mic, and I wasted. I had these 3 wines from Baja California, Mexico, which I talk about, I'm passionate about. I had these 3 wines that were sent in, great fan. I taped the whole episode, the mic wasn't on, and so I don't even know. I guess we just erased it. We should have just played it with no sound. That was a big mistake.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we have 600 episodes. What, we're gonna yell at us? Let's give it a sniffy sniff. This is awesome. This is also very unique to me. This has a minty component as well to it on the nose, but a little bit more classic. Very, very dusty on the nose, which makes it quite interesting. This is extremely dusty on the nose. There's also an interesting kind of thin blackberry component on the nose, and a little bit of blue fruit. I also get do you remember the Trapper Keepers? This happened after you. There was Trapper Keepers in school, Trappers, and they have this plasticky thing going on, kind of smell. And for some reason, this kind of reminds me of it. Also, those bubbled up stickers. Remember the stickers of He-Man and Zelda? They're normal, but they're a little puff to them. All you sticker collectors, you remember those? I smell that kind of plasticky. There's a very plastic, almost smells like a wiffle ball bat. This one reminds me a hair of a wiffle ball bat. The inside of a wiffle ball bat. So, let's give it... You've never smelled the inside of a wiffle ball bat? Alright, let's give it a whirl. A little bit more normalcy. There's some tannins here on the back end, which is nice. A little oak. It's good to see a little oak. Heck, I'll even welcome the oak monster in right now. Again, blackcurrant, blackberry, a little cranberry action as well. Seems like a kind of a bad effort of a maybe a Cabernet, maybe Merlot, maybe Syrah, feels Syrah-like because I taste a little leather now on the back end. Maybe like a southwestern Syrah. That's where I'm going to go with this wine. And, it's kind of thin. I mean, really, not one of these wines, not any of the 5 wines right now would be anything that I'd be able to recommend you guys. I mean, we've put one glass to bed. Mott, has it gotten, oh my God, Mott! Look, bring up the white paper, Mott. I mean, this is just, I was just about to say, has it gotten any weirder? And then the 6th and final wine doesn't even have any color. It looks like a goddamn rosé.
I don't even think you need the paper.
I don't think we need the paper either. I mean, this looks like melon juice watercolor. I mean, just outrageously light in color. Really looks like watermelon juice. If you've ever crushed up some watermelon juice, it's so light. Not only can I see my fingers, I feel like this is almost like an X-ray and I can see my bones. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Smells grassy, of all things. This smells like wet leaves, meaning your grass. This feels like a fall day. It just rained on Saturday night. You woke up. It's the first game of the Jets season. You go outside, you smell the wet grass and the leaves. This is fall, my friends. Autumn juice. Let's give it one more sniffy sniff. I get a little hint of black pepper, which I kind of like, and believe it or not, also a little curry. You never know what's going to come out. I get a little curry action on the nose, which is kind of neat. This smells like food. Let's give it a whirl. I mean, I would legitimately say Pinot Noir, but the shape of the bottle doesn't allow me to do that. I mean, if this is a Cabernet, then... I mean, you know what really hurts my feelings about this episode is I'm pretty much bashing the crap out of these wines. I'm probably being a little kind even, because I'm giddy about the new addition to Lizzie and I's family. I keep dropping it. I'm excited, Mott. And I love Mott, and I'm in good mood. I mean, I'm glad to be a human. Life is good. We're all healthy. All this crying about the Great Depression. Are you serious? People don't throw out food during the Great Depression. Saw a lot of it outside yesterday. But these wines are borderline atrocious. All of them show really very little to enjoyment. I'm like kind of having fun because I'm learning new flavors. I mean, curry and bringing out a wiffle ball bat. So for me, it's kind of exciting and really like expanding my palate. So I'm not mad at these wines. I just feel bad for the people that make these wines because I'm worried that some people might be influenced by me and think that they suck so bad. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who enjoy these wines for what they are proud of where they come from. I'm sure there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that go into making these wines, and I do apologize. I'm kind of just I'm in a good mood, so I'm maybe having a little bit more, I should be maybe a little bit more respectful for bashing these wines, but that being said, my responsibility is to the Vayner Nation, and I can tell you right now, none of these wines merit a single one of your pennies, and that's just the honest truth. Let's unveil. How is this a Cabernet? I have no idea what this is. All right, Mott. Let's score them up. One. And there we have it. Okay. In last place, with a score of a 50, which a lot of you know is the lowest score I'm willing to give because I give you 50 points for being a wine. This was that brown-orange colored thing that retired one glass. Now I'm going to have to retire another glass. I mean, I can't imagine this being Pinot Noir, but the color's there, and it kind of... I mean, you saw what I had to say. I mean, oh, where should I mean, I don't know where this is from. I feel like no matter what state I say this is from, that the people watching from the Vayner Nation that are living in this state are going to be mad at me. But I have to guess because that's my responsibility. So I'm going to just guess a state I love so much, Louisiana, who, you know, with the hurricane and, you know, really needs support, had some of my best trips to Mardi Gras. So much culture. Big fan of Louisiana. So I'm flipping it. A state I love. That's all I'm saying. But that's where I'm guessing it is from. Look where this is from. Give me something, Bob.
The man is incredible.
Give me something right here, right now. That is obnoxious. Unbelievable. Parchartarian. I can't even read. Rouge Militaire. St. Tammy Parish, Louisiana. This is a Cynthia Norton blend. This wine rolls in at $20 US. It's from Louisiana. That is unreal. I will say that as though this is double blind, you know, my memory does serve me when I get emails telling me they're going to send samples. So I knew we had, for example, I knew that of the hundreds of samples that this could have been chose from, I knew Louisiana was part of that mix, just remembering from emails, and that Nebraska weren't. But still, that was pretty good.
No, just let me think you're great.
I understand, but let's be honest, it was a pure guess. 20 bones. I really apologize, John, who's the winemaker and wine grower. Not a big fan of this wine, but it's really cool to have 2 American grapes in Cynthia and in Norton. This is really, really, really neat. That was really, really lucky and pretty darn cool. Matt is going to crap his pants. You know, they don't know that it's true double blind. Everybody else does. Okay. In second to last place, wine number 6, 58 bones. 58 points. This was the last one, right? That had no color? Yeah, I mean, geez. This is probably like Barbera. This is not even... I think it's $13. I feel like this is also some sort of... I have no idea. Cabernet Franc from Maryland. $20 US from Doe Valley, Maryland. Doe Valley Winery, 20 bones. DoeValleyWines.com. Wow, I could have went Cab Franc. I did have the veg. I messed that one up. That could have been a good one for me. Cabernet Franc from Maryland. Oh, I didn't guess where this was from. My fault. I'll do it on the next one. Doe Valley again. Very light in color. That's where it is. All right, wine number 13. I'm sorry. I'm so discombobulated. Wine number 2 at $13. I gave it 64 points. This was a white wine. This was the second of the 2 whites, right? This I thought maybe was a Riesling. Let's guess that. Probably Riesling, maybe a Vidal. Scored this wine 68 points, actually. Let's go 68 points. I'm getting a little bit higher than 64 I originally thought. Guessing it's about $13. And let's say this one is from Ohio. Okay, Pinnacle Ridge from Pennsylvania. I almost went Pennsylvania. That's why I went Ohio. I almost went Pennsylvania. I almost went Pennsylvania. God darn it. And this is a Tramonite. Very interesting little white wine varietal. $11 from Pennsylvania. And a very good wine with Asian cuisine, a lot of people think the Tramonite grape is. And this is from Pinnacle Ridge. I guess $13. And Ohio, it's $11 Pennsylvania. Not too bad. Not too bad. I thought that was a pretty good effort. All right. With 78 points, and I'm guessing this is around $15. I actually thought this was a Syrah. This one was kind of southwestern. This I'm going to go with Arizona Syrah. See what's going on here. Syrah from... Syrah produced great wines. Where's this from? New Jersey. The Dirty Jers makes an appearance. I got the Syrah right. I gave it 78 points. I'm happy about that. I did think it was more warm weather because of the brightness. That's why I thought Arizona might work. New Mexico, all that. But this is from New Jersey. This comes from Heritage Station. Bill Heritage makes this wine. And it is $18 from the Dirty Jers. Great job, Bill. 78 points, not atrocious, still not great. I wasn't super pumped, but Dirty Jers makes an appearance, Mott. Not bad. I'm happy to listen. I'm I'm hanging in there with varietals a little bit. And, let's see what's going on here. Okay. This is wine number 4. I thought this was a Malbec or Merlot, about 10 to 12 bucks. I gave it 79 points. Let's see what's going on. St. Croix. Oh my God, the grape is St. Croix. And this is from Fieldstone in Minnesota. Oh, damn, I forgot the state. In Minnesota. Fieldstone Vineyards from Minnesota, St. Croix. Another intriguing little grape varietal. 15 bones. And I think that's pretty darn cool. You start throwing in Traminer and St. Croix into blind tastings, and you're in deep, deep doo-doo. And finally, the winner of the tasting, wine number 1 at 84 points. $12 Riesling. Let's go with Illinois. Let's go with Illinois. 84 points, Riesling, 12 bones. Michigan. I should have known better. I wanted to go Michigan. I just thought that they wouldn't put Michigan in here, Mott. But it is Riesling. It's the St. Julien 2007, 12 bucks. Look at that, 12 bucks. Give me something, Mott. Give me something with my price point play there. Not bad. I really thought it was Michigan. I'm a jerk off. I should have said Michigan. That's why I said Illinois. I went close by. I'm mad at myself. Good wine. Definitely the creme de la creme. Once again proving to me that Michigan is right there with Virginia and Arizona and Idaho as the next states to really knock it out of the park. I really enjoyed myself today. Maybe a little bit less out of the zone. I apologize for that, but I'm still a little giggly from the big news in my life and sharing it with you guys, the thousands of emails. And thank you so much for the comments. It's still only 500, I'm a little chintzy. That being said, I really appreciate it. A lot of people emailed. Things are good. Question of the day. Let's just do it like this, Mott. It'll be interesting. It gives me a sense of where you're from. What state do you live in? This is the states. Mott and I rep the Dirty Jers. Which state do you rep? You! With a little bit of me, we are changing, St. Croix, the wine world.